Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Asia Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 22nd of February. Canadian Prime Minister addresses business summit in Indian capital New Delhi. Pakistan's top court bans ousted Premier Sharif from leading his party. And Afghan President Ghani asked Taliban to enter into decisive peace dialogue. And now for all the details. Pakistani troops on Thursday resorted to ceasefire violation along the frontier in Uri sector of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. There has been a spate of ceasefire violations by Pakistan this year.
Pakistani troops on Thursday violated ceasefire along the de facto border line of control or LOC in Uri sector of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. In the wake of the continuous ceasefire violations in the northern province, India's paramilitary border security force or BSF said Pakistan restores to firing because they don't want India to have a peaceful atmosphere. Pakistan had on Wednesday also violated ceasefire along the LOC in Kupwara district of the province.
पाकिस्तान की तरफ से लगातार ही इस तरह का दुस्साहस किया जाता है। वे नहीं चाहते हैं कि भारत में अमन चैन शांति रहे, इसके लिए वो विभिन्न तरीके अपनाते हैं। उसमें सीज़फायर वायलेशन, स्नाइपिंग, बैट एक्शन, इन्फिल्ट्रेशन करके हिंटरलैंड में भी जो है अमन शांति को जो है बरकरार नहीं रखना, ये उनके मंसूबे रहते हैं।
The troops of arch rivals India and Pakistan intermittently exchanged fire on LOC despite an agreement in 2003 that a ceasefire should be observed along the working boundary. Both New Delhi and Islamabad blame each other for resorting to unprovoked firings.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who's on a week-long visit to India on Thursday, attended a Canada-India business meeting in New Delhi. He's scheduled to hold talks with his Indian counterpart Narendra Modi in the Indian capital on Friday to enhance bilateral ties between the two nations.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Thursday attended the Canada-India business meet in Indian national capital New Delhi. While addressing the event, Trudeau said both India and Canada value diversity and the benefits it brings to the society. He said, if we want to progress as a global community, we must champion diversity. On improving India-Canada bilateral trade ties, he said there is a lot of scope and emphasized the need to strengthen people-to-people ties between the two countries.
Canada and India are countries committed to pursuing and upholding democracy. And that should really come as no surprise. We're the two largest democracies in the world, one by size and one by population.
Earlier in the day, Trudeau along with his wife and children visited India's historic mosque Jama Masjid in New Delhi. He also visited a school in the national capital where his children played cricket with former Indian cricketers Kapil Dev and Mohammad Azharuddin. Trudeau is scheduled to hold a bilateral meeting with his Indian counterpart Narendra Modi in New Delhi on Friday.
In news from Pakistan, Pakistan's ousted Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, who was disqualified as the head of his party by the Supreme Court on Wednesday, has said that the recent decision of the apex court is person-specific. The top court's ruling comes 6 months after it disqualified Sharif as the country's leader over unreported income.
Pakistan's ousted Premier Nawaz Sharif on Thursday said the Supreme Court's recent decision of disqualifying him as the head of his party was person-specific. Pakistan's top court on Wednesday ordered that Sharif be removed as the head of Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz or PMLN 6 months after the court disqualified him as the country's leader over unreported income. The new ruling could throw into disarray Senate elections due on March 3, with opposition figures saying it invalidates candidates from the ruling PMLN nominated by Sharif.
आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक लैंडमार्क जजमेंट में यह डिसाइड किया है कि कोई भी शख्स जो कि आइन के तहत पार्लियामेंट का इलेक्शन लड़ने का अहल नहीं है वो पार्टी का ओहदेदार नहीं रह सकता। इस फैसले की रोशनी में मोहम्मद नवाज शरीफ पाकिस्तान मुस्लिम लीग नवाज के सदर नहीं रहे।
Wednesday's order overturned a legal amendment by PMLN lawmakers allowing Sharif to remain party president despite being disqualified from public office by the Supreme Court for failing to declare monthly income of over $2,700 from a company owned by his son. The court ruled that Senate tickets distributed by Sharif also stand null and void, and after this decision, PMLN as a party is out of the Senate elections.
Moving on, the historical Red Fort in Pakistan-administered Kashmir is an archaeological site that reminds its visitor about the deep roots in history of the Kashmir Valley. However, it is now on the verge of destruction, as despite tall claims by the authorities, the historic place is not well maintained.
The historical Red Fort in Pakistan-administered Kashmir is located on the western side of River Neelam that flows through the city of Muzaffarabad. The archaeological site, which is endowed with unrivaled natural beauty and a heavenly climate, reminds tourists of the deep roots in the history of Kashmir Valley. Locals blame the authorities have completely neglected the monument and it is now on a verge of destruction.
इस रेड फोर्ट की खूबसूरती ये है कि भाई ये बहुत पुराना बना हुआ है, 1500 से बना हुआ है, मुगलिया दौर का बना हुआ है, आज तक अपनी जगह पे कायम और दायम है। कुछ हालत इसकी खस्ता हो गई है जिस पे बहुत ज़रूरी है हमें जो है ख्याल करना, क्योंकि हमारी यादगार है, हमें इसका ख्याल रखना है।
गवर्नमेंट को ये करना चाहिए कि इसके ऊपर थोड़ा और ध्यान देना चाहिए ताकि ये ज़ाया ना हो, ख़राब ना हो, आगे वाली जो हमारी नस्लें हैं उनको भी इस तारीख़ के बारे में पता हो।
Locals say if well developed and maintained, the historical monument can generate tourism and employment in the region. However, the Pakistani establishment has failed to develop the infrastructure of the region. They feel it is part of Pakistan's agenda to keep the region underdeveloped, which it illegally occupied more than 6 decades ago.
In news from Afghanistan, Afghanistan's President Ashraf Ghani on Wednesday invited the militant group Taliban to enter into purposeful peace negotiations with the government and to stop waging war in the country. He made the proposal to the terror group while addressing a 2-day consultative meeting on peace.
Afghan President Ashraf Ghani on Wednesday invited the terror group Taliban to enter into purposeful peace negotiations with the government and to stop waging war in Afghanistan. Ghani made the proposal while speaking at the closing session of a 2-day consultative meeting on peace, where he also outlined his administration's vision for durable peace in the country. The Afghan leader also stressed the need for more efforts to be made to further promote rule of law and the reform process in the country. The Taliban has steadily expanded its reach since the US and NATO coalition formally concluded their combat mission in 2014 and transitioned their military mission to a support and counter-terrorism role.
India's Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj on Wednesday called on Bhutan to reflect with New Delhi on advancing bilateral ties between the two neighbours. The two nations celebrated the 50th anniversary of establishment of their formal diplomatic relations during an event in New Delhi.
Indian Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj on Wednesday called on Bhutan to reflect with New Delhi on advancing bilateral ties as the two neighbours commemorated 5 decades of establishment of diplomatic relations. Swaraj spoke at an event organised to celebrate 50 years of India-Bhutan relations at the Royal Bhutanese Embassy in capital New Delhi. Accompanied by her Bhutanese counterpart, Swaraj marked the anniversary day with cake-cutting ceremony. The event also witnessed some traditional dance performances of Bhutan.
It is a year for India-Bhutan partnership as we celebrate the accomplishments of the last 5 decades of our time-tested and special ties. It is also an opportunity for us to reflect on how well we could advance this unique partnership to respond to hopes and aspirations of our two peoples, of our common prosperity and a better future.
Diplomatic relations between India and Bhutan were established in 1968 and have been sustained by regular high-level visits and dialogues between the two. India is Bhutan's largest trading partner. Last year, India stood by Bhutan during the 73-day-long standoff against China in Doklam, a tri-junction between the three countries.
Holiest Sikh shrine Golden Temple in India's northern Amritsar city prepares meals or langar daily, around the clock for everyone, irrespective of caste, religion or background. Volunteers in the Guru Ramdas Community Kitchen assure no one goes back hungry from the shrine.
As the sun rises and devotees start trickling into the Golden Temple, in India's northern Amritsar city, hordes of volunteers in the community kitchen get busy preparing the first meal of the day. An estimated 5,000 volunteers chop vegetables, roll and bake chapatis, along with stirring curries in massive cauldrons in the gigantic halls of the Guru Ramdas Community Kitchen every day. The world's largest kitchen feeds around 100,000 people daily and runs 24/7 to ensure that no one goes back hungry irrespective of caste, religion or background.
ਪਹਿਲਾ ਪੰਗਤ ਪਾਛੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਪੰਗਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਛਕ ਕੇ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਬਰਾਬਰਤਾ ਦਾ ਅਹਿਸਾਸ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਦਾ, ਪੇਟ ਦੀ ਭੁੱਖ ਮਿਟਾਉਂਦਾ, ਫਿਰ ਆਤਮਿਕ ਸ਼ੁੱਧੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉਹ ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ। ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਰੰਪਰਾ ਵਾ ਇਹ ਜਗਤ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਚਲਾਈ ਹੋਈ ਮਰਜ਼ਾਦਾ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਅੱਜ ਵਿਸ਼ਵ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧਿਤ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਲੰਗਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਾ ਉਹ ਵਿਸ਼ਵ ਦਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਲੰਗਰ ਘਰ ਹੈ।
ਇੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵਾ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਚੰਗਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵਾ।
As the devotees head out after the meal, volunteers stand waiting in the cleaning area, accepting dirty plates and passing them on where another set of volunteers washes them. Guru Ramdas Community Kitchen is the world's largest and it instills a sense of equality among the parishioners who sit together on the floor in a line to eat.
World's second longest natural cave situated in India's central Bastar district attracts scores of visitors. The limestone cave is situated near Kanga River and is 35 meters below ground level.
A limestone cave in India's mineral-rich central Bastar district is pulling curious visitors from across the country. Situated near the bank of Kanger River in Kanger Valley National Park of Chhattisgarh province, Kotumasar cave is reportedly around 1371 meters long and is 35 meters below ground level. Visitors carry torches in their hands as they maneuver the narrow lateral and downward passages, admiring the cave's stalactites and stalagmites.
यहाँ पर हम जो गुफा देखा वो तो फैंटास्टिक है, मतलब मैजेस्टिक है। तो आप लोग आएंगे तो यहाँ पर देखेंगे कि कितना अच्छा है, कितना डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ पैटर्न्स बना हुआ है, नेचुरल पैटर्न्स लाइमस्टोन का। वहाँ पर आँखें बना हुआ है, कहाँ पर नीचे से उठा है तो ऊपर से भी आके मिला है लाइमस्टोन का ये। उसके बाद एक थोड़ा ग्रासलैंड भी है, वहाँ पर डियर भी दिखाई दे रहा था।
Kotumasar cave is the world's second longest natural cave. The multi-chamber cave is a natural laboratory for biologists from across the world and is also renowned for its rich diversity of fauna.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Canadian Prime Minister addresses business summit in Indian capital New Delhi. Pakistan's top court bans ousted Premier Sharif from leading his party. And Afghan President Ghani asked Taliban to enter into decisive peace dialogue. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.